The NBA has drastically changed in recent years with a giant increase in the amount of three-point attempts. And that's all thanks to this man, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry has already beaten the record for most three-pointers made in a single season, and now he's on track to have the most three-pointers made in NBA history.
Steph Curry is what, Stephen A? What's Steph Curry? How would you describe him?
The greatest shooter I have ever seen.
Me too. That's the greatest shooter in the history of basketball. That's Steve Nash 2.0, a mobile artillery unit whose handles let him get anywhere and whose range is essentially unlimited.
But this guy, Steph Curry, he's coming hard, already in the top 10. Where does he rank on your list of best shooters ever?
It's easy for me to say that he's the best that I've ever seen shoot.
Since the success of Stephen Curry and the Warriors, the NBA is fading away from the dominant big man and more towards small ball and run and gun, meaning teams are doing more things like this. Before I continue, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Now to me, this is a problem. The NBA is becoming one-dimensional, teams just chucking up 53s a game. Don't get me wrong, I like to see three-point shooting, but I also like to see acrobatic layups and posterizing dunks. Not to mention the mid-range shot is close to dead. I don't feel like I'm watching a basketball game at times. Instead it feels like I'm watching a three-point contest. There's no running plays, just 5 out and step back threes.
Here's what Pop said, quote, "I hate it, but I always have. I've hated the three for 20 years. Now you look at a stat sheet after a game and the first thing you look at is the threes. If you made threes and the other team didn't, you win. If you don't even look at rebounds or turnovers, you don't even care. That's how much impact the three-point shot has and how it's evidenced by how everyone plays."
The beauty of the game used to be all of the intangibles because you had different players out there to service different roles. Now you have 5 guys out there with the green light most times.
It's even come to the point that the Rockets decided to experiment and play without a center. I am not a fan of what the Rockets did. I like the diversity of different heights and sizes playing different positions. It makes the game that much more interesting.
Why you think the three-point line should be moved back?
Well, I love the diversity of the game. I love the 5 position groups, and I argue that, as a means to sort of preserve the diversity, the look of the game, that we need to look at the three-point shot as an increasing threat to the diversity of the game. Here's a stat for you, Rachel. The NBA shooters this year made more three-point shots than they made during the entire 1980s.
The problem here is that teams realize that shooting low percentage threes is more valuable than shooting high percentage twos. It just works out mathematically.
In today's game, you got to get up almost 5 threes a quarter.
Yeah.
Or you're going to find yourself behind.
So what should the NBA do to fix this? Well, the most obvious answer would be just to move the three-point line back. But that's not really the best solution. We don't want to make it impossible to hit a 3. The real problem is the value between 3 and 2. A 3 is 50% more points than a 2. If we were to change a 2 to make it 3 points, and a 3-point shot would be 4 points, now it would only be 33% more in value rather than 50% more. This would effectively end the problem.
Young kids today don't learn how to shoot hook shots is because everybody is so enamored with the three-point shot. So the kids, they don't want 2 points. They don't want to work with their back to the basket. That's not cool. They want to go out there in the stratosphere and shoot three-pointers.
In the meantime, it doesn't look like the NBA is going to do anything about this, so you better get used to hearing that sound. That's all I got for you guys today. Please smash that subscribe button and give me a like as well.
I don't think there's ever been a guy in our league to be able to shoot the ball as well as he does, off the dribble or off the catch, off the ball. And, he just creates so many different matchup problems for your defense, and you always have to be aware of them.